Hi, CB. Good to see you. Joan. Can you see and hear me all right? Oh, good. That's great. Hi, Pacola. Do the colours look all right to you? They look a bit orange to me, but that might be because of the indoor lighting. Hi, Anne. Good to see you. I don't think I shall ever get used to having to watch this stuff backwards. Everything's backwards on my screen and I don't like it. CB, Anne is my niece, not my cousin. Just so that you know. I'm going to try adding another light and see if it makes it better or worse. The trouble is you can see the light here. I can't move this any oh, wait a minute, perhaps. No. The colour's better, but the you've got to have that light in the corner here. What do you think? Okay, I think we'll leave well alone. If you find it's annoying you, I'll turn it off and we'll have to put up with a yellowy colour. Janet and Eileen reckoned they were going to come, but I don't see any sign of them yet. What's everybody up to? Are you all busy doing things? Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. Yeah, I bet Jean is. I haven't separately contacted Jean, but I did email Eileen and Janet, who said they'd be there if they were awake. So it's good to see so many of you here. Shall we give them a minute before we start and just chat for a while? Oh, hi, Eileen. We were just saying we wondered where you were. So you managed to wake up. That's good. Janet said she was going to come, but she might relate, I expect. Next time we stream, the Americans will be back in line in 5 hours ahead, 5 hours behind, won't you? Hi, Kimberly. Yes, so you say, Eileen. Inktober's nearly over, isn't it? Don't think Anne knows about Inktober. There's been some lovely work. I loved your tweet this morning, Eileen. I thought that was one of the better ones, one of the best ones you've done. I loved that gold mask. Is tomorrow your last one, Eileen? Or are you going to go over the whole month? And are you going to carry on doing them? Well, you'll have to carry on doing nice things because I love your work. We're both Anne and I love digital work as well as the handmade ones. One of the things that I want to do shortly is to make a lot of backgrounds like you've done. But I've got to. I'm in the middle of making my Christmas cards as well, and there just isn't enough time in the day. Oh, can't see who's ringing me. Hang on. Anne, did you just try to ring me? Hi, Joycey. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. Okay, I think whilst we've got seemingly a good stream going, we'll get started. I've got some things to show you first of all. That some I promised and some I didn't. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I went to Anne and I went to the big textile show in Leicester last weekend. So I thought that I would show you my spoils from there first. And this is some wool from Leicester Longhorn sheep. I chose these colours because they're particularly autumn colours, and they're you can use them like this, for instance, as hair on a dolly, or you can fluff it out like this and use it for needle felting. That's why I wanted those. They're good, aren't they? No, they're cleaned already, Eileen. That's one reason why I like them. I have bought them, or I've even collected in my youth, collected wool from barbed wire fences and took it home and dealt with it. Oh, hi, Janet. There you are. It's good to see you. We've only just got started, Janet. What I'm showing you here is some wool from Leicester Longhorn sheep that I got at the exhibition last weekend. And I was explaining that you can use this as it is for hair, or you can fluff it out and use it for straightforward needle felting. And I should probably do a bit of both with it. So that's that. I'll throw them on the floor, I think, for the moment. Another bit of naughtiness, and this is sheer naughtiness really, is wood blocks. And those are yes, Joan, it does. A felting machine will use things like that. I've got a felting machine, and I do use it, but I think I prefer to do it hand in a way. But this is just asking. I shall stamp it onto fabric, and it's just asking to be stitched. In fact, both of them are. But you don't have to do it on fabric. You can do it on paper or anything you wish. So I haven't seen this one anywhere before. It isn't from the usual place that I buy blocks from. So it's nice to see some different ones. And they came in a nice little bag. This is something else that might interest you. They were giving these shopping bags away for free. And what they are is they're ordinary like carrier bags, but it's to encourage people not to use plastic. And the fabric is donated, and the time is donated by the people running it, and they were giving them away free at the exhibition. So that's a heavier weight one. This is a lighter weight one. I got two. Aren't they nice? And for sheer self-indulgence, but also giving a bit of help to local craftsmen in the Himalayas, I brought myself a silk scarf. There, do you like that? Oh, hi, Sue. I didn't see you come in. Good to see you. It's slightly different on each side, but and this width is quite nice to have to dress up any outfit, really. No, Galina's not having it. She can't have it. But it's the lady who sells them goes to the Himalayas and brings back. This is actually machine made by them there, but she brings back some lovely handmade ones, but they were way out of my price range, but I did love them. And in the same spirit, I bought, I've shown you the daisy book that I'm making. I bought some daisy stamps. Come on, stop that. And these are handmade in I don't know if I can't even say the word, but they're made in Africa. And they are actually machine washable if you need to do that. So I think I might use those for might be able to use those for the closure on the daisy book. You would have that idea, Janet. And I've got 3 to show you. I've got 3 finished pieces of embroidery that I made. They're made from a kit. I don't generally like kits, but these were a present, and it needs ironing, but that's one of them. It's all stamped, and you embroider it. I chose the colors to match, but you can use whatever colors you wish. Yes, he's called Birdie One. Birdie One. This is a more autumnal feel to this one. Yes, it is Nicholson Sue. Have you seen any others that she's done? Yes, it does look a bit like a robin. And this is another one. I'm quite pleased I've got those finished. I've been taking them. It's the sort of thing you could pick up. It's one of the things I've been stitching while I watch you lot streaming. Hi, Carol. So that's that. I've got a pile of stuff on the floor now. Now the other thing that you haven't seen finish is that was some foiling that I did. And this was done with the cheap foil that you buy from Amazon. I found it quite hard to manipulate it because it's not like real gold foil that tends to stay in one piece and you get little bits off. But this does come in small sheets, just like the gold foil, and you get a heck of a lot of it for next to nothing. But it breaks up and makes an awful mess while you're doing it. But it has got a good shine on it, and has a nice effect. This was just a bright gold. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was a brass color, but it worked quite well. I did forget to use my anti-static pad on it, which would have helped to stop it clinging on other areas of the page. But I thought you might like to see that. So I think that's all the show and tell I've got. Oh, I applied it onto I used an embossing pad. I used one or other of these. I'm sure the rat loves gold on his toast. So now what I would thought we would begin today, we won't be able to finish it But do you remember this that we did on a previous occasion, which I decided looked like spring? Well, I thought that I would like to do one um, more based on autumn leaves, and to that end, when I was at the show at the weekend, I have a new canvas here. When I was at the show at the weekend, I saw a lovely idea for applying leaves across a canvas. Now, hers was entirely stitched, but I'm thinking that what I'm going to do is do a crackled background on here, and then I'm going to stamp onto some card with my leaves, and then I shall apply a strip of coloured card across here, and then cut the leaves into individual ones and apply them on the top. Wow, that's lucky going to Athens. Just catching up with the chat a minute. So I'm not going to do the crackle paste because you saw me do that the last time. I'm going to begin the strip, and what I have is some stencils that I made. These are just autumn leaves. Oh, sorry, that's been quietly steaming up from my coffee cup while I wasn't looking. Yes, these are some a stencil that I cut on the silhouette with great difficulty because this stencil material is rather thick for it, and even with a new blade, it didn't really like this particular stencil material. I like the Mylar best, the same stuff that Joan uses. And I've got these leaves cut out. I've actually got the leaves themselves as well, but I think that what I'm going to do is colour the background and stamp this over with various colours of inks, which I've actually got out, and then I shall apply moulding paste through the stencil, and then they'll be cut there. Each leaf will then be you can see it better like that. Each leaf will then be cut out separately and applied on top of the background. Okay, so we need, I think, first of all, to put a base colour on here. I'm not quite sure what to do that with. Have a cup of coffee while I think. Yes, Joan, it was very, very hard to cut. And in fact, I had to finish some of them. Had to finish some of them by using a craft knife to finish to get the cut right through. It was very tedious. I won't do it again. But I've got some 2 different weights of mylar now, which I would use another time. Thanks to your advice. I kept wondering what these marks were earlier on, but it's the reflection of the camera light. Okay, so I think I might just kicked my thing. I think I might do a thin wash of acrylic first, which I have got here. I've got my golden acrylics. I think I'll do. Who's stolen my glasses? One of you has stolen my glasses. What have you done with them? Ah! Oh, well, I'll have to manage with that. I think I will do. I'll mix that one and perhaps a bit of this one and see how we go. Oh, sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I'm mixing the colours on the palette over here. This is just some heavyweight cardstock. I think it's 300 GSM. I don't know what that is in American. I'm not taking too much care to make a proper wash because I don't think it matters for this purpose. So I'll be stamping over the top of it. Okay. It's actually quite a lot darker than you see it on the screen, or at least darker than I see it on screen here. But I think it does need a little bit more. I think I'll give it another go over in some places. Just in case you wondered, I do actually know how to do a decent wash. There's no evidence of that here. I think that's better. What I love about this little heat it tool is how silent it is when you're drying things, and it's very efficient too. I've had this for donkey's years and had never had any problems with it. You not know that saying, Eileen? I love those Marabou sprays you gave Janet yesterday, but they're just not available here. At least not that I've been able to find. So, I think that will do for that. Now then, let's see. I think I'm just going to randomly apply this in various autumn colours. I've got some Adirondack Ginger, it's called, and Adirondack Sepia. I've also got some green, and I think we need a bit of orange in it. So although I know it's not the correct way to use it, I'll use this without wetting it to add a bit of orange, I think. Let's see how we go. I have to turn myself around a bit more. This is the sepia one. I'm going to try the ginger one next. So that's so far. Just cleaning up the paint on my palette because I'm getting more sleeve in it. Right. I'm going to try a bit of green on it now. looks to me as if my green ink pad might have dried up a bit. I have got some inks that I can re-ink some of these with. I'm not sure if I've got a green though. It's really just to get some autumny colours on the background that I want it on there. Let's just try a little bit of the distressed one. This stencil that I'm using here actually makes a tree. This is the top part of a tree. There. I think we've got enough on there now. Might put a little bit of orange just there in that spot. Okay, what do you think? Do you think I've done enough of that? No, not these. Not these. I'm not going to cut these out. What I need to do now, though, is to get a baby wipe and clean my stencil. Where have I put the baby wipes? Here. Some people are born stupid. I just opened the end of it. Now they'll all dry out. That will do for the moment. I could use that for something eventually, I should think. Right. Oh yes, I was going to try and show you. You see, I've got a tree shape, and this makes a canopy of leaves over the top of the tree. I'll be able to show you that better, as I'm planning to use this particular setup for my next traveling book piece of embroidery. I don't know if it's no. The next one is Art Deco. No, sorry, no. The next topic I've got to cover is Charles Rennie Mackintosh. So I'll be doing a bit of stitching based on him, and the next one is trees, and I think the following one is the I don't know how you say it, Bauhaus movement. So I've no idea what that involves. So now, what we're going to do now is, if I can find them, we're going to cover some of that up with, I'm going to do individual at intervals across it, and then I should be cutting them out and mounting them in strips. One on there. Now, I don't know whether to use light modeling paste or I think I'm going to use the golden molding paste. It's a bit thicker. Just catching up with the chat for a minute. Thanks, Kimberly. I'm glad you like the background. Okay. I wish I could find my glasses. I think I'd better go and have a look for them, because I think they're probably, when I went to answer that phone call, I think they got taken off in the kitchen. I've got to move all this rubbish I threw on the floor before I can get out. Right, now let's see where I want to place these. I think I'm going to have to cut them to, otherwise we won't be able to do them all. If I cut that up there, it's so hard to remember to keep pushing it up so that I'm under the screen, under the camera, I mean. I think I'll do one at a time. I was just checking to make sure that I could get 5 out of here, and I can. So that's all right. These two haven't got stalks on, so I won't use those today. Okay, let's get started. Doesn't matter if I haven't got them evenly spaced here, because I'm cutting them out anyway. So there's number 1. going to drop these into my water jar so that I can stop them from drying out before I get a chance to clean them properly. Let's see if they'll go in the water jar. That's a step in the right direction anyway. Right, now we've got another one here. What's going on in the chat? Are you all behaving yourselves? Piccola, what I'm doing is I'm making, I got a long thin canvas. Got a long thin canvas, which I'm going to apply crackling glaze to, in the same way that we did with this one. I don't know how clearly you can see the crackle in the background, but unlike this one, I'm doing it an entirely different way. I'm doing the crackle glaze, and then I'm going to apply this. I'm going to cut these out into strips and apply them onto the top of the crackle glaze. This will be coloured as well. Does that answer your question? Yes, that's right. That's right, CB. I'm going to take another strip of paper. I shall crackle glaze the back, crackle this, and then put another strip of a different colour across the top. And then this will be applied in blocks over the top. Okay, we won't be able to finish it today because we'll have to wait for these to dry. And then they'll have to be coloured, and the crackle will have to be applied and coloured on here. So it'll be a two-stage process. I might even finish it off in between times and then show you the finished piece, because you'd have seen the start. Yes, I'm going to colour the moulding paste, Eileen. That's going to be just like fallen leaves. Okay. Yeah, it'll all be coloured. No, it won't end up white like that at all. Just making sure that I've got enough space. So I'll be cutting a strip here. I may even cut a little bit off the top as well. I shall see about that. It's sort of it's based on an idea of an embroidery I saw at the exhibition at the weekend. I wished I'd taken a photograph of it, but they weren't actually very encouraging at taking photographs. I think she might have given in if I'd have pressured her, but I didn't want to. There's one there, and then there's room for another one. Yes, we're okay. So let's get on and do this one.